Hello everyone. Ma, I am Tane Hamra, and in this video I am excited to present my API testing assignment where I simulated Gmail like mail system using JSON server and tested the REST APIs truly using SOAPUI. So the objective of this task actually, this is the assignment. This is the assignment API testing with JSON server mail system simulation. The objective is the goal of the assignment is to test understanding of API testing by simulating a mail platform similar to Gmail. And we have to build a mock API using JSON server to model a email message data and validate the API using SOAPUI. So basically, this object the task was to model real world platform similar to this like Gmail by creating a mock API, designing realistic email data, then performing end-to-end validation using SOAPUI. The including test like get post request tasks over the here create a mock API JSON server simulate. So checking first we have to create a JSON attribute Gmail, and then we have to validation criteria here. Mm, mm, and this is the this including HTTP status code, response time check, JSON schema validation, mandatory field, email format validation, Boolean field check. These are the validation will will implement. Additionally, I implement error testing by sending mail from data, ensure the uniqueness. Here is the through uh, ensure the email data through this Groovy scripting inside SOAPUI. And I also explore integration this testing pipeline with Jenkins for automation. Firstly, we have to create here JSON code. Write it here JSON code. Here are JSON attribute given. So we'll write a code according to our JSON. So basically start. Firstly, we'll email and again declare. Firstly, we have to unique identifier email ID. So we'll write here email ID 1. Then email. Then we have to sender email address of the sender. So sender one. Then receiver email. So the .com. And then what will be our subject of the mail? Subject meeting meeting update. This will be then body. What will be the body content? This email. So body will be the meeting has been rescheduled to 3 p.m. The meeting We can also use anything as according to our schedule 2 3 p.m. Then what will be the timestamp? Is the date and time when the email was sent. We have to mention in this code the timestamp. So time stamp. See timestamp. Use 2020. Shit. So 25 slash hyphen 04 then gap 24 T1 12 T12 that 00 first that 00Z 00Z timestamp. Then there is read. It's a boolean form. True email is read or not. Of so we have to have boolean, use boolean variable like is read. So we write here false. Then this is false. Then next is start. So it's also boolean form here if the email start or not. To is start. We write here true. You can use anything, true or false. It's up to you totally. Has attachments false folder inbox. So I close the bracket and this is a after creating this I'll create a second email object in a similar way. So we'll copy this part because it will be similar, only we'll update the value here. So basically what we'll do, so we'll paste here and we'll change the value by using this. Oh, I made a mistake here basically. So this is the actual code I have written here of the JSON code. Then and I have created here the file name db.json file. I'll run on local server using JSON server. First I open command prompt. Basically I use here this file saved in my automation file. Here is my automation file, and I'll first I open command prompt from here. See, command prompt from this location my db.json file is located. So now I type the command npx JSON server db.json. See, after hitting the enter, uh, this interface will come, and it will create a fake REST API. It will display this message like this: emails https://localhost 3000 email. And if I copy this URL and paste into the browser, I'll be able to the email data in JSON format. See, if we want to see this, hey, this is the, so see, this is the URL that I copied from this command prompt, and I paste in browser, and it will. So basically I created a fake uh, mock REST API. So once mock API set up using JSON server, I move to the SOAP UI, the main tool, to test the response to different REST operation that mentioned here. This assignment. See, these are the response validation we will implement in SOAP UI tool. The first validation I implement the HTTP status code validation. So this ensure basically firstly we have to create a REST project. We'll copy the link. This link we have to copy it and paste here in this box. Okay, and click OK. See, this interface will come, and this the file name is showing the REST project. You can also rename this file. We'll write the file name API testing Gmail mail system. This will also use this name. This is the actual project of our. So see, this is the project name, and firstly we have to create a test suite, new test suite. Test suite will to create a test suite. So create ONS. We'll keep this remain, or if you want to change, you will rename the name. You will change this name, but we'll keep this same. So we click here. Now there, as we can see, the test suite is created. Test suite basically is a collection of test cases. It's called test suite. So we have to create here new test case. Click, right click, and this new test case. What will be the first test case? HTTP status validation code. So we'll be right here HTTP validation. So this, so as we can see HTTP validation. At step, then you click this validation. Next step, REST request. So basically is REST request. So what will be the space name? Same again, we can use this status code validation, HTTP status code. So here. So first, if I check This is the local host link, as you can endpoint link here, and we have to click this assertion tab and go to this valid HTTP status code. Click on this and choose a valid, enter 200. This will be validated that the status, the response status is 200. So we click 200 and OK, and we run, click the save. So valid status code. This green light is showing, it means the valid status code, and here the JSON format code is, this interface will open when you will click on this green button. So this JSON format will show here. Next validation, what is the next validation? Response time check. So next implementation is, this is essential to make, basically it's ensure that the API perform will and return data within expectable time frame. So in this case, under 1000 millisecond or 1 second. So I used the duration assertion to automatically check the response time for each request. This helps to us that identify any performance issue with our mock API. So to do the steps, firstly, same way we'll right click on this test case and click on add step button and select rest request. So will be name response time validation. Response time validation. So, so again click on the assertion tab, and as we can see here, the some option is available. Response SLA, script assertion, valid. So response SLA is a correct option to check here. So as I mentioned here, 1000 millisecond. So click, see what will happen. Click on this green button. See, response SLA is valid. Okay, this interface will shrink, and so now let's dive into the JSON schema validation. It's a key components for to ensure that our API response structurally correct or not. To ensure my API response structure follow the expected format or not. So basically, this is the JSON schema. I use JSON schema validation in SOAPUI, and basically this help to the confirm that each field exists has a correct data type, like email ID. Ensure API response structure align with expected field type and layout. Here the mention. So that what I'm saying, that it ensures that API responds structurally correctly or not, and also layout like Gmail structure, any mismatch in flagged immediately. So making it easy to debug and maintain data quality. So this is the JSON schema. So how do we generate a JSON schema for our Gmail like API? We can use a website for JSON schema generator for our time, save the time. Firstly, we will create same way to JSON schema, JSON schema, so ch schema, JSON schema. So JSON schema .NET. See here, if we copy our JSON code that we have written here, copy the code and paste here and click on submit. It will generate a JSON schema code. You can use this for our time saving. So copy the code. So what we'll do, we'll copy the code, click on this session, and paste here. See what will happen. See, as a this JSON schema, this assertion is valid. So next what we'll do, next to this mandatory field validation. So let's talk about mandatory field validation. So here in written with the ensure required fields like email ID, sender email, receiver email, and subject are present. So if any of these fields are missing, the email data will be incomplete and the API should flag it as invalid. So in SOAPUI, manually verify that the response include the mandatory field for mandatory field. So what we'll do, our steps will the same way we created. Firstly, we created test cases, mandatory field validation. Then you click on this. See, the state assertion is passed, and if I click on this, this is assertion. Okay, and then uh, next task is email format validation. Email format validation is another crucial step in this. So both here, see, validate the sender email and the receiver email follow the proper email format or not. We will here using this email format validation, we'll check this for that both sender email and receiver email must follow the correct email format. That such as that sender email we have using here, that sender email, these two email is following the correct format or not. We'll check here by using this validate. So again we click same way, creating email format validation. So the script assertion is passed. So we click on this assertion. So valid. See, the next is Boolean field check. Boolean field check, now come this Boolean field check. It's confirmed that like is read, star, and has determined this Boolean kind of variable that we have used in our JSON code. So that we are valid or not, we'll check. So if this field contain anything other than the Boolean value, that time the API should be flagged for inconsistency. So these things will be checked by doing boolean field check. So this, so what we do in the same way, we create here, click on the assertion. So as we can see, the boolean field validation also we checked and it passed. Then again, for the next validation, we have to check enum validation. Enum validation, we need to ensure that by using this enum validation, that folder feed contains only valid value: inbox, send, trap, spam, trash, this kind of field. So if the folder field contains anything else, it indicates a problem with the API. So this is the thing. So this guarantees the email is being stored in the correct folder, whether it is in the inbox, trap, or somewhere else. So we'll check uh, by doing the same process, enum validation. See, script assertion passed. And then click these green buttons. So enum validation also be checked and it passed. Is the next timestamp format validation. Timestamp format validation is important for ensuring the timestamp field follows this ISO standard 8601 standard. This is a widely used format for date and time, which looks like we have written here, which look like this timestamp. So to basically this ensures that the timestamps are formatted correctly, which is crucial for sorting emails and logging events to this kind of events. So we'll check instant validation assertion. Click on these tabs. See, script assertion is passed. Click on this. So timestamp validation also be checked and it's passed. Then you come to the uniqueness check. It ensures email ID values are unique across the dataset. So uniqueness check that the each email has unique email ID. Since the email ID is the key identifier for mails, it should never be duplicated. So it should be unique. To check the uniqueness, so manually verify that no two emails share the same email ID. Although SOAPUI doesn't have automatic assertion for uniqueness, we can run multiple test cases to make this ID to the wallet. So basically we will do uniqueness check. So script assertion, script assertion is passed. See, there is the okay, and this is a, so these are the validation, and came the last error response testing. So error response testing involves the sending malform or missing data, tester handling, confirm proper error codes. So why tester testing? It checking the validity, API response, error codes, correct the error codes. So these are the so how we'll check the same way we have checked the first in HTTP status code. So this is the this add step, test replace, error response, error response, response. See, here mentioned the error response testing 400 status code will be bad request. So will be 400 or 401 we can use also. Up to 200 I it would be valid. Up to 200 it would see valid status code is failed. Response status code 200 is not acceptable list of status code. So response status code our should be 200 or 200. So after 200 it will fail. So a valid status HTTP status code. So these are the key validation that we will use ensure that mail like API is reliable and consistent. Each of these steps plays on an important roles maintaining this integrity and functionality of the API. By adding the assertions API, will make sure that the data we receive send is always is a in the correct format, correct format performs well and to the expected standard. So now if we run this run this all the test cases and test so see here all the test cases will run, see what will happen, check all the past and this will well. So this is now we'll export our save the project and we'll export our test result. So I'll do this. Firstly we'll click on this project, select on the file, we'll select this Jenkins file and save, then right click on this and launch the test runner. Okay. When you click this launch the load test runner, click the only launch the test runner. So here the browse. So this is the where we have saved this project Jenkins folder and open and save the project before running. Enable UI components, report, bring the summary, click on this on the result and launch. So this is the thing. See, now we have to command prompt and click this directory file in this command prompt, cd, so enter the file, so we enter this folder, again we click this, click on this. So after the run the, so this is our Gmail simulation SOAPUI test report. in XML format. So create project we have saved here. So this is the project, and this way we have to implement here the JSON emails JSON format, using JSON format, API testing with emails mail system simulation. So thank you.